Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back.
Damn Riley.
Too much weight? Really? Oh, we got a Hansel sword. Interesting. Look how heavy it is.
Knights of the Order.
This is the last place I'd expect to see Knights of the Flaming Rose.
They're here with Radovid. After losing their foothold in Temeria, they rebuilt their position at the Redanian court. You best stay out of sight. You never know with those bigots.
Yeah, we also had a little disagreement recently. They could be holding a grudge.
I'll explain that your presence in Loc Muinne is necessary.
What now? What can we expect to see in the city?
Separate camps, buffer zones, and frequent patrols. Well, that's how it should be organized if those mages from the Conclave have any sense.
Ah, another area of your expertise.
The Peace of Sintra was signed on April the 2nd, and all around was quiet, calm, and orderly. If you don't count Henselt's roars and the all-night festivities of the Mahakam Volunteer Army. And the common folk were positively thrilled with the parade that followed. Yet, not one of those fuckers even knew that I, and a few others like me, spent a week poring over the city map and devising a way to keep those crowned idiots separate, just in case one decided to deal the next blow in a long-standing feud. In any case, I hope to see something similar here.
Relax. The mages want royal gold. They'll make sure all the sources of financing remain alive and present, at least until the inevitable quarrel over the Pontar Valley breaks out.
Well, we'll see if there is indeed a way where there's a will. If we're separated, we'll meet up again in the main square.
Fine.
In the service of the Kingdom of Temeria.
Pass through then.
One more thing. The Witcher Geralt of Rivia is with me. I trust you'll let him pass if he turns up.
We're to let Foltest's killer through.
I'm after the real murderer, because Geralt had put me on his trail.
If you say so. None of our concern. Temeria's internal affairs.
Now, depending on your choices in Witcher 1, 3 things can happen here. The first one is that Siegfried is alive and he's at this spot. The second one is that Siegfried is alive, but he's absent from Loc Muinne, so he's not here. And the third one is that Siegfried is dead. So if he is dead, the guards will let you through, but only because of Roche.
This is the last place I'd expect to see Knights of the Flaming Rose.
They're here with Radovid. After losing their foothold in Temeria, they rebuilt their position at the Redanian court. You best stay out of sight. You never know with those bigots.
Don't worry about the Knights. Not so long ago I saved their asses. They ought to remember that much.
That was before you were accused of regicide. This is no man's land, Geralt. Anything can happen here. I'll vouch for you where I can, but that'll only get you so far. If we're separated, we'll meet up again in the main square.
Fine.
Halt! Who goes there?
Vernon Roche and Geralt of Rivia, in the service of Temeria.
Foltest's killer in the service of Temeria.
Foltest's killer is in Loc Muinne. Geralt of Rivia will help me capture him.
Since you're Knights of the Order, is there a Ponce named Siegfried among you?
There is indeed.
Tell him I'm here. He's sure to be pleased to see me.
And why is that?
Well, he wouldn't be Grand Master if it wasn't for me.
Come through then.
Looks like Radovid doesn't believe the peace talks will end peacefully.
You can be sure of one thing. Not a soul is to be trusted in this city.
Geralt of Rivia. I'd sooner expect to see you in a Temerian dungeon.
Been there. Didn't much like it. Though it would be perfect for the man Vernon Roche and I are looking for.
I've heard much about the commander of the Blue Stripes.
I'm honored to meet the Grand Master.
A position I owe most certainly to Geralt.
Only you can guide the Order through the necessary reforms.
We are doing our best. You've got yourself into a fine pickle, Geralt.
That's why I came to Loc Muinne. Why are you here?
The Order supports King Radovid.
Do you believe he'll need your support?
He requested it himself.
I heard these were peace talks.
Peace is very easy to discuss, much harder to maintain.
What are your orders?
Radovid is a young king with all the necessary qualities to become a great leader. We aim to make this a reality.
Gaining nothing by it?
He has granted us land. The Order does not bite the hand that feeds it.
So, you're to intervene if the talks don't go Redania's way.
I believe diplomacy will prevail. At a summit, everyone is pulling their way. Things can get heated. Knowledge that Knights of the Order are stationed just outside the city walls should prevent the situation from getting out of hand.
What can we expect to see in Loc Muinne?
The delegations have entrenched themselves in their districts, erected barricades as if preparing for a siege.
You can never be too careful. So long, Siegfried. The mages invested quite a bit in putting this summit together. By the look of things, they'll achieve what they set out to achieve. That doesn't bother you?
The Order will refrain from reacting for the time being, and the Conclave itself is not a bad idea.
Easier to keep an eye on them when they're together.
And when they follow a shared set of rules. After Thanedd they dispersed and each did as he or she pleased. We even heard that some engaged in forbidden magic practices.
I guess you won't stay out of it if that happens again.
We trust that with a strong, well-established conclave, the mages will regulate those matters on their own.
I doubt you've changed your minds about non-humans, but what about humans? What about all the peasant revolts, the lynchings of nobles?
The Order espouses and safeguards certain values and virtues. We cannot stand by and watch them violated.
So you're prepared to get drawn into new wars?
Well, we are soldiers first and monks second.
I remember you from Vizima.
And those are basically all the changes, depending what you did and what you did not do in Witcher 1. And if Siegfried is alive, but not at this spot, that's because he didn't become a Grandmaster in Witcher 1. So wait, can we actually take Jorvet's path and go this way? And of course, I'm carrying too much.
Take that.
I don't need this. And this. So, can we get the Frost Ard Shrine? Yes, we can! Amazing! So there is a way to get Frost Shrine on Roche Path. Amazing! By the way, this is a DLC. It's an ability called Winter's Shroud, which turns Ard into freezing ice Ard, and it looks like this. Okay, cool. So this is another way you can get into the city. Now, can we get out? Of course not. So let's reload. Now, can we go back? He's not gonna let me jump down? Really? I can only go this way? Come on. Okay, let's reload again. Okay, now, can we go back through the cave? Okay, game. All I want you to do is let me go back. And yes, we can go back.
Halt! Who goes there?
Geralt of Rivia.
I'd slaughter you like a dog if it wasn't for Vernon Roche.
I'm not a kingslayer.
I don't care if you killed Foltest. You stood against us, and the Order never forgets. Greetings.
Regards. Regards. Regards.
I shall pray for you.
Regards.
Renounce
Regards.
witchery and repent. Renounce
I shall
witchery
pray for you.
and repent.
Regards.
Greetings. Greetings.
Regards. Regards.
I shall pray for you.
Blessed be the
Greetings.
eternal
Regards.
fire.
Greetings.
In its radiance we live.
Greetings.
In its heat we eagerly battle.
Insolence.
I remember you from Vizima. Regards. Regards. I remember. Regards.
Mutant.
Immortal light.
Spare us from beasts fanged and clawed.
May the eternal fire light your way.
I shall pray for you.
The flawed.
So, should I enter this way or Jorvit's way? Let's go this way, because we did Jorvet's way on Jorvet's path. Now, which way can we go? Okay, we can go this way. And this way. Oh, this is probably where gargoyles are. Yeah. This is the path from the mountains.
Wonder how many more will turn up.
They are so much easier with skill points. Okay, so this is the path from the mountains, from the Jorvet's path. Okay, so let's farm gargoyles a bit. We are going to need them for a dark mode set.
Guess they'll never learn.
this room is way better than the room I farmed them on Yorvet's path. I can kite them so easy around this, let's call it pathway, the stairs.
Damn it! Guess they'll never learn. You stink.
Okay, so how much dust do I have? 18? We are good to go.
Magic or danger?
Okay, so let's see. This was the sky, if I remember. Art, time, and animal. Art, time, sky, and animal. Okay. Okay, so first one should be animal. Then time. Then sky. Then art. Nope. Okay, animal. Time, art, sky. Wrong again. Okay. Animal, art, time, and sky. Yes. It worked. And we got Elder Blood diagram. So now that we did this puzzle, gargoyles won't spawn anymore at this spot. So if you want them to spawn more, then don't do that puzzle. Okay, so this is Redanian camp. Can I go there? Yes, I can.
Behave yourself, Witcher!
So, these guys like me now?
Undeniably an interesting personage.
Now, I would loot this camp, but... no, let's loot it. There should be one important thing at this spot.
What now?
Okay, so we are gonna talk to that guy later. If I remember correctly, there should be a dragon scale in this camp.
Young alchemists! Not all that falls out an ass is gold. Yet a cormorant old shit spells out his hole. Vapors to cleanse in water cold. So be bold, be bold! Young alchemist, do as you order. Dash it to water.
Maybe I was wrong. Okay, now let's go this way. I can't loot anything. Well, I can at least loot this.
Uh-oh. Trouble?
And we got a new sword. Okay, let's kill these guys.
I don't believe you killed Foltest.
I didn't.
But a bounty is a bounty. I'm sure you understand. As a professional. It's nothing personal.
One more windbag.
He's but one man, damn it! Not his head! I must have proof!
Nice.
What can I do for you?
Do you play dice?
Would you like to join us?
Anyone else I can challenge to a game around here?
2 mages, but they refuse to play us.
They only play masters, but beat us, and who knows?
Sure.
Who would you like to play? You lose.
I'll wander.
Care for a... You lose.
Oh.
Care for a... You lose.
I'll want.
Care for a...
Finally, the RNG is now on my side.
You win.
Care to play? Congratulations. You've won.
Thanks for the game.
How can I help?
I want to play dice.
I could use some coin. Shall we play now? You've won.
Who can I play next?
My apprentice. She's a mere learner in magic, but she's a true master in dice.
Yes.
Let's play dice.
Shall we?
Okay, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are we gonna win this? Yes.
You fully deserve this coin.
Who else can I play?
The incredible Lockhart.
Sounds arrogant. Where do I find him?
Somewhere around the market, most likely.
Thanks.
Hey. Welcome.
Welcome.
Oh, it's a lovely day today. Huh.
Cade Mill.
Okay, so we are at the market.
Hell's bells, who do we have here? Witcher Geralt, the seeker of square coins.
What do you want?
Last time Zivik stuck his nose in. This time, he's not around. Fight!
Company fall in. Tension! Know what attention means, you fool? Where are you from? You got showed us with brains, you fucking.
No one touches my
At
hair.
ease. We all serve the Emperor, be it in Nilfgaard or here. Semper Fi. We serve him faithfully and effectively. If anyone gives me reason to doubt this, I shall skin him alive.
I'll get you, snitch.
Don't try this again.
Do well by the Emperor, and the Emperor will do well by you. You shan't regret it. Understood, ladies?
Long live the Emperor!
Formation! Forward march!
I'm collecting information about the Wild Hunt. Help me out?
The Wild Hunt. A retinue of wraiths who speed across the heavens upon skeletal horses. Positive proof of its existence has yet to be proffered. However, no one is prepared to deny its occasional sorties into this world.
Proffered? Sorties?
That, at least, is what I remember from the lectures.
Okay, so let's sell almost all our stuff. Now we are gonna ignore Vernon for a bit.
How are things?
You're either very unobservant or very rude. I thought I'd meet some of my colleagues from years past, chat with them and reminisce, but they all turn their heads away and treat me like air.
Mages aren't known for being polite.
You're telling me. They threw me out of Banard the first chance they got. Must have beaten the Chancellor one too many times. They've all forgotten me and I believe I've had enough. I'm getting rid of the grimoires and amulets. I don't want anything to do with mages.
I'd like to cast an eye at those if you don't mind.
Sure. Cast both if you want.
Anything on the Wild Hunt in your collection?
I'd avoid the topic altogether. Nothing good has ever come to those who have delved.
I'll take my chances. I need to know why the wraiths carry off youths. What happens to them?
This knowledge has never been recorded, which does not mean it cannot be acquired.
Well, I'd like to acquire it.
In the chasms beneath Loc Muinne, there is a sword that once belonged to an elf from the parallel world.
And nobody's gone to look for it?
There are mages who seek it still, but the sword is well concealed. They say he who handles it will understand the essence of the Wild Hunt. Could that be true, though?
I'd like to play dice poker.
Want to play now? You just ended a lifelong winning streak.
And you owe me some coin, or you can pay in kind.
What's your preference?
Show me what you got.
I can give you runes to enhance your sword, an element that'll reinforce your armor, or one of the designs from my collection.
I think I'll take the coin.
Greetings, whoever you are.
What? Halt! The camp is closed to strangers. Halt! The camp is closed to strangers.
It's a
Flog your lecherous bodies. But
stay away
not
from
one sorceress flogging another on sable fur, with the other moaning and writhing and begging for more.
Diddle yourself, pauper. Greetings.
I don't want anything to do with you.
Renounce magic, I tell you! Shatter your towers and...
It's a brazen attack. King Radovid will learn of this.
Radovid sent them, you idiot!
The audacity!
What do you want?
The mages are making a country fair out of this summit.
They're parasites who'll stop at nothing to get into the king's treasuries. Deathmold's one of them. He'll be on their side, and Kedwin's vote should count for a lot. Though Henselt would have quickly shown them reason. He was a great ruler. The world will go to pot if only fools and brats are left to rule it.
They're also going to discuss what to do given the assassinations.
Aye, a new world order. You know the drill. I see all those cowardly, petty knights and bloody mages and wonder where the human race is going.
Forward. Blindly down a steep slope. But for now, the clip of air is more fun than it is terrifying. You're not in the Kedweni camp?
Those Redanian pigs tricked us, as usual. They took the best buildings, leaving us the rat-infested ruins. It's better out here in the square. A right good show. Messengers running back and forth, delegates grinning at each other while thinking of slitting each other's throats, and lots of gold changing hands. A lot of armed men around. The kingdoms are trying to look menacing. People like me'll soon have work to do.
Nice to meet an optimist. Really raises the spirit.
Pull yourself together!
Greetings.
Greetings.
Greetings. Nice place.
Many thanks for the compliment. Welcome to the Eternal Fire.
Kitchen open day and night?
It's not that kind of fire. The Eternal Fire is the light of truth, the hearth of a true community. Only in the Eternal Fire, beneath the sign of this clan,
can we burn witches all day, and man is fellow man.
This would never happen if the Conclave still existed.
And if Grandma had a moustache, she'd...
I don't want anything to do with you.
Okay, now let's go and loot everything.
Oh, hey!
It's a waste of words.
I don't like it here.
I'm not sure I wanna be here.
Geralt of Rivia, I am delighted to see you among the living and the free.
Are you serious, Count?
Such an injustice to lock you up without so much as a hearing, and then the beatings, the torture. It's barbaric, I tell you, based on pure prejudice, the presumption of guilt.
Actually, if I'd seen what they saw.
But alas, such is my homeland, filled with fear and thus ruthless, cold as stone, dark and severe in aura and mindset.
I suppose there's some truth to that.
A response at once cautious and reasonable. Admirable qualities in and of themselves, positively required in your profession.
If you say so.
But tell me, Witcher, what brings you here? Are you nipping at the heels of Foltest's killer, close to beheading the wretch, as I expect is your style? Do you require my assistance?
I just have some questions, Count.
Well, ask away by all means. I am finding you a skilled, if slightly reticent, conversationalist.
What brings you to Loc Muinne?
Concern for my country, Witcher, and an express and somewhat surprising request from Constable Natalis.
Surprising? How so?
Surely you jest, Witcher. Truth be told, few could marshal loyal forces matching mine on such short order, Baron Kimbolt excepted. Yet, though I very much held Foltest's trust, I cannot say that many of my Temerian peers feel the same way.
Why do you suppose that is?
They resent me. I share neither their customs nor their beliefs.
I've got to say you stand out, Count.
I'm flattered, I suppose, but what specifically do you mean?
I haven't quite put my finger on it, but take a look around. Would you say you resemble your countrymen?
I thank the gods I do not. It is because I love my homeland that I am the first to note its faults, and they are many.
Care to elaborate?
Hypocrisy, superstition, lack of learning. Need I go on?
If you wouldn't mind.
Take you witches, for instance. The gods know we suffer a plague of beasts, pre-conjunction, post-conjunction, magically bred and sprung from rotting marshes and the dark abysses of our land.
No such thing as pre-conjunction creatures.
You bite unnecessarily. We have but one remedy for this plague, dwindling in numbers as it may be, yet it is a remedy we revile. You are shunned, spat upon, turned away on stormy nights. Would you say this is reasonable?
It's the way of things.
Spoken like a true representative of a dying species.
You have it coming. Oh.
It's you!
Sure. Sure.
Baron Ravenin Kimbolt, I presume.
Does that Witcher's code of yours exempt you from court etiquette? Does it grant you the right to speak to the Highborn without being asked to do so?
I guess I don't need to introduce myself.
Oh no. I know who you are. Geralt of Rivia. Foltest's other favorite hound alongside Roche. Not purebred. They say you bring trouble wherever you appear.
What'll happen to Temeria?
Is that a note of nostalgia I hear in your voice? Remembering your service under Foltest, or recalling some romp in the sack with the royal advisor? Whichever it may be, spare me your courtesy. You don't care a lick about my country.
I know what I care about. That's why I asked.
Understand this. I'm talking to you only out of respect for Foltest. Out of remembrance for him.
Haven't seen much evidence of that remembrance, aside from the rewards on my head.
They'd have hanged you if not for the testimony of little Anais.
So the girl finally talked.
Whoever that monk was, to me, he was just like you.
I didn't kill Foltest. That's just one of the things that makes us different.
Really? What else? Honor? Principles?
I'm a Witcher. I don't kill humans for coin.
Are you certain it's not just a question of price? Tell me, Geralt. What were you doing at Foltest's side that unfortunate day?
You're right. I should have turned Foltest down.
The royal entourage is no place for a Witcher.
We were supposed to leave after the battle, Triss and I. Foltest had already consented. I should have left before the battle. They're gonna re-establish the Conclave. I didn't expect so many Temerians to show up for the ceremony.
We're not here for some magic pomp and circumstance. This is about celebrating a new order in the Northern Kingdoms.
Is that so?
Your kind doesn't understand this yet, but your life is about to change. Forever.
My kind.
Wanderers and scoundrels. People, and I use the term loosely, without loyalty or country. People for whom coin is the law and everything's for sale.
I take it you sit on the Council of Regents.
Not for much longer.
Why's that?
The Council will become obsolete. Temeria is a country one rules with a crown on one's head, or not at all.
A lot of people are out to don that crown.
But few have the right. As Foltest's cousin, the throne should be mine.
Or the royal daughters, Anais Lavallette's.
Dark will be the day when we are ruled by bastards. The nobles have decided to share power.
You said it yourself, Baron. In a crown or not at all.
Temeria will be divided into provinces. A shameful end to the monarchy. A shameful end to the country.
Oh, welcome.
Cormorants! A string of cormorants! Young Alchemist, do as you order. Adacid to water. Water quenches lime, like beer quenches thirst. Light quench Shit! Rinse!
At your service.
What? Stop
Ah,
sowing
welcome.
defeatism.
Whoa!
Roche may trust you, but I'm not so sure. What do you want?
The mages will want to get as much as they can out of this summit, and monarchs don't generally like others dictating terms. This may end in a row.
There will be no row. The mages now rely on the mercy of the northern kingdoms.
The amphitheater itself is also protected by an anti-magic shield, like the one used at Thaned.
The times of mage impunity are gone. They will be shown their place.
Impressive summit, but not all the players have their representatives here.
The most important do. The mages thought about inviting everyone, but time is short.
What about Edirn? It's a huge country.
Torn by conflict and rebellion with no clear ruler. They're not to be taken seriously at this point.
Sounds like the Kedweni point of view. The Edirnians see it differently, I'm sure. Representatives of the Council of Regents, did any come with you?
Only Baron Kimbolt and Count Merivale. The other 5 remain in Vizima. It seems that save Baron Orval, most spend their time trying to devise a way to undermine Anais' claim to the throne.
Kimbolt and Merivale. What's their stance?
Well, they've taken opposing positions, as one might expect. The Baron believes Anais' origin, if you will, stands in the way of her taking the throne, though it's common knowledge that he would simply prefer to seat himself on it. Whereas Merivale has said that Foltest's children have his full support. He stated this in Vizima before the entire council. One thing is certain, words come cheap. Those two may change their minds in a flash if Anais is found and recovered.
Sure.
I know nothing.
Welcome.
Greetings.
No offence, but you're scaring my customers away.
Greetings.
Nah.
What?
Stop looking at me!
Young Alchemist, do as you order. I dash into water.
Welcome.
Cormorants, a string of cormorants.
Oh!
At your service.
I'm Geralt.
Brass of Banard. I remember you from Thanedd. I believe I saw you in Oxenfurt, too.
Seems we only ever meet on Elvenland.
Indeed. But I suspect you're not here to chat about elven ruins.
On the contrary, I find elven ruins interesting.
Do you really? Elven works are not half as interesting as gnomish ones.
But even ruined, Loc Muinne is impressive. It must have been beautiful in the times of the First Conclave.
Everything was better before the war, as they say.
The sources. Those children that old Geoffrey Monk brought here to train in the magic arts must have walked around gaping at all they saw.
Somehow I just can't imagine Hen Gedimdeath as a small gawking boy.
You met him? Ah, right, on Thanedd. His death was a terrible loss. Terrible. You see, Geralt, everyone complains about how the world is taking a turn for the worse.
Values are being compromised. The small is dislodging the great.
Exactly. But the events on Thanedd truly marked the end of an era. The world grew up, losing its virginity in a rape.
What use are masters of magic and legendary heroes to a grown-up world?
They're of no use. That's the point. Today, people manage perfectly well without mages, witches, and heroes.
Yet not everyone understands that, and not everyone likes it.
You're so clever, you'll get in trouble. We'd best change the subject.
Actually, I'm here because of your weapon expertise.
I'm no expert.
You're the best swordsmith among mages.
I'm more interested in the cultural relics of other races, actually.
I'm going to need a solid cultural relic in my hand.
I guess the circumstances require haste.
I'm interested in the Wild Hunt. Any chance you know something about it?
No, birds are not exactly my speciality.
Thanks. Tell me what you know about those gargoyles that are bothering you.
They were servants of the mages who once lived in Loc Muinne. The mages left, but the gargoyles remained behind. They're still lethal. The quarters they guard are simply inaccessible.
Tell me what
They were servants...
I came upon this strange manuscript. Think you can help me with it?
Why, yes. I don't believe I'm mistaken. Do you realize what you hold in your hands?
A mage told me it's the key to an ancient ritual that summons evil specters who otherwise wander the earth doing no good. Specters apparently willing to make deals.
Well, the mage was full of bilge, so to speak. You see, the Vrans knew well how to secure their treasures. It is said that in some places they left sentries. Now, these sentries come to life when someone draws near who possesses a scroll inscribed with words of power, like this one is. Provide the correct password, and the doors to a hidden vault open before you.
So how do I use the manuscript?
Nothing comes free, my friend. You needn't even know the meaning of the words for the sentry to let you pass. You must merely know the sequence in which the password must be read. In this case, we have a sentence. Nana kanpa zi udu ya lala gat exa nana zi udu zi gat kanpa nibit. Nana kanpa means forge ahead, while nana zi means backtrack. In summary, should you encounter a sentry who reacts to this scroll, you must first answer with the words that follow Nana Kanpa in their given sequence, then omit Nana Zi, and conclude with all the words that follow this phrase, but in reverse order.
Not that complicated, actually. Thanks for your help. I found a manuscript that might help.
Interesting. This volume is sealed by ancient magic.
Only highly valuable things get that kind of protection.
Too true.
Do you know how to unlock it?
I'd need ingredients that can be obtained from certain monsters. Unfortunately, they don't occur around here.
I'll need the pheromones of a Queen Endriga, the blood of a Necker warrior, and the brain of a Bulvor. We can substitute the tongue of a rot fiend for the harpy's egg.
Quite a list. I'll see what I can find.
Okay, so I have all of the ingredients because I am a hoarder, but you can get these ingredients in this act, if I remember correctly. So let's give them to him.
I have the ingredients you mentioned.
Unbelievable. Give them to me. We must get the proportions right. Done. Let's see what's in the manuscript. By the gods.
What did you find?
Instructions. A description of how to forge the legendary sword known as Kerm. The sword will be yours. You deserve it, Witcher. I will consider forging it an honor.
Thanks. So long.
So we got this diagram. Now, let's buy the diagrams for the dark mode set. This one. Look at my money. It's a really expensive set. Okay, so for that set I need dragon scales.
Leave the royal courts. Pour venom into rulers' ears no more.
No! That was close.
Constable John Natalis.
Interex John Natalis. He is regent.
Hard to believe. He's a general, not a politic.
Witcher Geralt. We meet again. Who would have known? I thought cats always landed on four paws, but I see wolves sometimes do as well. I trust you have not come to demand my surrender again.
I've come to find the Kingslayer.
And once again don the robes of a hero? Enjoy the fame?
I don't know about robes, Aryan, but something along those lines.
Well, as much as I detested Foltest, Temeria now trembles in its foundations, and I sincerely hope Natalis succeeds in salvaging it. Otherwise, the barons will tear the country into bits.
The last time we saw each other, you had locked yourself in a cellar full of oil that you had set on fire.
I grew up wandering the nooks and corners of that fortress, Witcher. I know passages even the mice have not heard of.
For a long time, a lot of people thought you were dead.
Well, that would make two of us, am I right?
Shouldn't you be in Vizima? I heard things got a bit chaotic after Foltest died. It might be a good time to try your luck, especially if you've got royal blood in the family.
Clearly, you do not understand what will happen here, Geralt. The re-establishing of the Council and Conclave is but a pretext. The North's most important rulers have come here not to reconstruct some assembly of mages, but to seal the balance of power and establish spheres of influence. Only fools and cowards have remained at home.
So he is at this spot because we spared him in prologue.
So, even the Nilfgaardians have graced us with their presence.
Your Excellency knows well that our hosts are libertines and eccentrics.
My dear Councillor, Northern business should truly remain Northern. No extravagance excuses Shillard's presence.
Forgive me, Excellency, but I must disagree. Let us be realists. The Emperor would learn of every word spoken here anyway, knowing that our hosts have moved forward with their famous hospitality.
Famous hospitality. Good one.
Witcher, interesting.
The previous council ended tragically. You think this one will fare any better?
I certainly hope so. We'll start by implementing meticulous internal controls, peer reviews and such.
You'll spy on each other? That's nothing new.
It's necessary. Lack of oversight, that's what caused all the previous organization's failures.
You mean it wasn't excess ambition and lust for power? Live and learn, I guess. Nice place. Has character, tradition. You're not bothered by all the blood that was shed here?
Thaned was also built by the elves. I know Loc Muinne's history. We will return it to its former glory.
I'd like to see that.
We're merely waiting for the treaty to be signed. The new council must act lawfully from the start.
Why aren't you restoring your palaces on Thaned Island?
Only the Academy at Aratuza Palace continues to operate there. The other palaces can't be restored. The magical resonance is too great. Besides, Loc Muinne has greater potential. It's full of ley lines and natural sources of the power. This city positively vibrates with magic.
Then I'm glad it'll be in the charge of such experienced and responsible people. Consider my fears eased.
What does Your Excellency make of John Natalis's promotion?
Are you thirsty or hungry? Please, help yourself. Have a nice stay in Loc Muinne.
How are you?
Greetings.
Greetings.
Here to see the show. It's cancelled, indefinitely. We're now in the services sector.
What service do you provide?
I was once a good swordsmith, or at least it looked like I might be. A riot came through, took my workshop with it, but the skill remained. I actually prefer swallowing swords to hammering them, but that upsets my wife.
Give her my best.
You can do so yourself. She's Ilona, the bearded she-elf.
Ah, and how's life with a bearded she-elf?
Pretty normal. We don't generally bring our work home with us.
Prepare for your final lesson. Welcome. I'm Ilona, the bearded she-elf.
Bearded?
Don't be a child. We came here to perform, but this place is a circus in itself. Nobody's interested in us, so we're on to plan B. Trade.
What do you sell?
Food. Fresh. Very good. You want to buy something, or are you waiting for my beard to grow out?
Fine, I'll bite. Show me your beard. I'll pay your full performance fee.
That'll be 200 orans.
Final?
But I'll have no discussion. This will be a practical object
And
lesson.
there's the beer.
Learn what a sorceress can never agree to under any circumstances. You want to buy something, or are you waiting for my beard to grow out?
Fine.
That'll be 200.
Again? No.
Bye. You want to buy? Prepare for your final lesson. You want to buy something?
Let's try this
Fine.
again.
That'll be...
Is it gonna grow longer?
Final?
But I'll have no discussion.
Of
This
course
will be
not.
a practical object lesson. You'll learn what a
Good day.
Greetings.
Greetings.
I don't want...
Please. Have fun.
Come on!
Medallion's telling me something.
Okay, so I need an art. Sky. Animal. And time.
You hold the sword of Aramil, who defied his king's rule. The Lord of the Wild Hunt desires the gene of the Elder Blood. He seeks to fling open the gates between the worlds so that terror and destruction may reign. The King of the Hunt ordered me slain, and the wraiths born of his command assumed living form, pursuing me through the voids between the worlds for centuries. I have arrived at Loc Muinne. Though tired, I know I will not rest. The riders of the hunt draw near. On my back, I can feel their deathly breath.
Now, should I expose this guy that he's cheating?
Let me guess.
Behold, the mighty Numa, and I am his apprentice.
Way to spoil my fun.
The mighty Numa breaks the necks of bulls, bends iron bars, defeats everyone. Numa. His secret lies in the mushrooms and herbs cultivated in Ilander and picked in the mornings by virgin priestesses. They can be yours for a very reasonable price.
Oh yeah. Let's buy these. So, on Yorvet's path, I didn't do this way. I didn't accuse him. But now let's do that.
You lose something.
Are you the mighty Numa?
Who's asking?
Someone who wants to see if your nickname suits you.
Then come to the circus and watch me rip off the ploughing chains wrapped round my body.
You've got a big mouth.
And you've pissed off the mighty Numa. Put down your coin and give me your hand.
I've always been the curious sort.
They say witches are tough, but you? In the circus, you could maybe kick a clown's arse.
Pangrat warned me that you cheat.
What would that slut for sale know about the mighty Numa?
I expect sluts for sale know the likes of you best. Fact is, you could only get that kind of strength from potions.
Fuck you! You're as loaded with potions as squirrel shit is with nuts!
I was clean during our bout. You're a con. They should call you Numa the Cheater.
One more word and I'll shove your tongue so deep down your throat it'll come out your arsehole.
How will you do that? You'll lose your coordination when you're headless.
Why the aggro? I don't need any aids. I'm still the best without them. You lose something.
I'm looking.
You can only...
You a thief?
I don't have to steal. I kick everyone's ass when it comes to arm wrestling. Care to try me?
I've always been the curious sort.
Now this is way, way easier.
My little ace tits! No one's ever beaten me!
There's always a first time.
If I give you something, will you keep this to yourself? The circus finds out I lost, they'll can me. The mighty Numa must be invincible. Take this and keep your trap shut. Please.
All right. Thanks.
Now wait a second. I can drink these. Okay, I wanna reload and drink this potion.
Let me get...
Okay, now let's drink this potion.
You lose something.
Are you...
Hey?
You... I've always been the curious sort.
My little ace tits! No one's ever beaten me!
There's always a first time.
If I give you something, will you keep this to yourself? The circus finds out I lost, they'll can me. The mighty Numa must be invincible. Take this and keep your trap shut. Please.
All right. Thanks.
Oh, damn.
Shit, you stink. My medallion.
Okay, so let's try this with animal. Time. Art. And sky. And we got Elder Blood gauntlets. In the previous one we got trousers.
Be damned. At your service. Nigbit.
Okay, so the right order is Z, Uduya, Lala, Gat, Exa, Nibit, Kanpa, Gat, Uduzi. Now the next riddle should be this one and this one. Now let's save.
Welcome, Chosen One.
Who are you?
The ancients vested my soul with the task of operating their most prized artifact as a means of rewarding those proclaimed Chosen Ones.
How exactly does the artifact work?
It allows me to rectify certain errors of the past and enhance the skills of the Chosen One to render him closer to how he would wish to be. However, remember, all things in nature have their price, and this price varies. Are you ready?
Okay, so basically he will let us reset all our skills. So yeah, let's do this. Just for a showcase. And now let's reload.
Welcome, Chosen One.
Who are you? How exact? Something tells me I'll do fine with the artifact on my own.
You blind, greedy fool. Die. Welcome, Chosen.
Who are you? No one's proclaimed me a Chosen One.
Foolish of you to admit it. You are an intruder deserving of punishment. You must die. Welcome.
Guess they'll never learn.
Okay, now behind this pillar I can safely wait. And regenerate. And also I can save my game. So let's save it. And let's go. Now we are not in combat.
How many more can there be?
Okay, now I can save again. Amazing. I'm gonna save once again. And we're not in combat once again. Come on, man, hit me.
Come on!
And finally he's dead. And we got his staff and the dragon scales. Now let's equip his staff. Now there are many problems with this boss. The first of them is that you can get stuck in many invisible objects. like this. That's because developers changed this room. At this spot there were these pillars, but they moved these pillars a little closer to walls because players were hiding behind them all the time, but pillar collision still remained at this spot, and that's why you're hitting here the invisible pillar. Other problem is that gargoyles are too fast, they hit too hard, and you need to kill 6 of them. And for all of that, the room is simply too small. Okay, now let's go and craft the set.
What do you want?
Renounce magic!
I got rid of the gargoyles.
Excellent. At last we can explore the hitherto inaccessible districts. And here's your reward. Take care.
Break your wands and burn your hats!
It's a brazen attack. King Radovid will learn of this.
Okay, so let's leave this. Okay, so we are going to need, I think, some dust and some iron ore and some timber and of course hardened leather and some twine and of course studded leather, harpy feathers, maybe some oil, robust cloth, of course silver ore, one of the meteorite steels, and gargoyle dust.
Radovid sent them, you idiot!
The audacity!
Owl!
Pull yourself together!
The frog.
This would never happen if the Conclave still existed.
Okay, troll tongue. Nice.
And if Grandma had a moustache, she'd be catfish. Oh, shut up.
Oh, I'm so annoyed.
Going somewhere?
Do I really need to meditate elsewhere for this guy to replenish? And we are done. We have the full Dark Mode Act 3 set.
And crystal balls. Break your wands.
Amazing.
And burn your hats. Turn away the black cat. And the bat. The owl. And the rat.
Where is Philippa? She should reason with this brat. She should pull down his pants and give him a thrashing in front of all those...
I'm afraid she's lost that option forever.
Okay, let's see, what quests do we have? Okay, I think we explored everything. And with that, we will continue this in the next episode. So if you liked this one, give it a like, dislike if you think it sucked, and see you next time. Thank you.
Magic or danger?